My hometown hockey team has done it once again. The Toronto Maple Leafs played a tough, hard-fought playoff series against a challenging opponent and took it all the way to the maximum 7 games and absolutely collapsed in Game 7 and got blown out. It is a little bit different this year because it happened in the second round instead of the first, but still, if you don't like that, you don't like Toronto Maple Leafs hockey. And so we're going to celebrate Toronto Maple Leafs hockey here with this very leafy team that I've made. We've got Iron Leaves, we got Leafeon, we've got wo-chien, a Pokemon born from a pile of leaves. For the 2 restricted Pokemon, I have Austin the Necrozma, a faded star that can be hard to spot in a tough situation. That is potentially maybe nursing a little bit of an injury that hasn't quite been disclosed to us. And then I have Mitch here, the Calyrex, a Pokemon that has certainly had its moments riding its horse, but now sees its power fading as people lose belief in it. Then we have Carlton the Bear here to close the team out. Is this a good VGC Regulation I team? Well, here's the thing. Being a Leafs fan over the long term, one of the core ingredients is a certain amount of delusional belief deep down, especially around this time of year. So yes, this team is good, and we're going to see that on the Regulation I ladder right now. We're going to simulate a Stanley Cup run, so if I win 4 of my first 7 games, then I'll play 7 games again until I win or lose 4 of them, and we'll do that up to 4 times. And surely, we are going to be planning the parade by the end of this, because look at this team, it's hard to miss. All right, we actually got a wo-chien on the other side already here. That's fun. They've agreed to open team sheets. There are no open team sheets in hockey. All right, wo-chien, Grimmsnarl, oh no, it's bulky Eternatus and Garganacl stuff. Oh no, they're playing the trap. It's a slow, grindy game plan, just shutting everything down in the neutral zone. That's not going to be fun to deal with. You're somehow scared. What about me? All right, well, this team has one game plan, and that's try to get Austin going. So the problem is Salt Cure, and the problem also is Leaf Seed. But do I have any immediate threats into this Garganacl? I have Sacred Sword William. I have... can I Leech Seed it? Does Purifying Salt stop? No, Purifying Salt is for stat drops or something, right? All right, well, we're just going to do the one thing that we have here. Like this. Maybe I should have brought Carlton. Grimmsnarl, Eternatus. Okay, I mean, if they go for screens, that's fine. Especially if I can Leech Seed the Eternatus. Just Calm Mind, and yeah, Leech Seed. They're not really... They're hesitating, I think, because they're not really expecting me to mix and match my lines like this, leading with 2 centers. We get a Leaf Seed, Spirit Break. Okay, that's not great, especially with the amount of damage it's doing. Maybe I'll go for an Iron Defense here. I can always Calm Mind back up. I also can Leech Seed the Grimmsnarl to put some pressure on it. Thunder Wave, okay. I mean, those Leech Seeds just stay there forever unless Eternatus switches out, but then it gives up its boosts. I'll just keep Calm Minding for now. I don't want to be taking too many special hits from the Eternatus. Hopefully it doesn't have a way to poison me. I don't really have an out for that. Let's paralyze it. Make its life a little bit harder. I didn't know we were still in the dead puck era, but these 2 teams sure looks like it. Alright, they've got their own wo-chien. That might be able to threaten Austin somehow. It's Terra Water Austin, so until I've seen its moves, I'm not even that eager to Terrasilize. Oh, they could have Leech Seed as well, right? I'll protect this turn, and I'll just Pollen Puff into the wo-chien, see what happens. Big damage, that happens. Yeah, they do have their own Leech Seed. Well... I don't really want to give up my boosts either, so let's just Pollen Puff. They have their own Pollen Puff. Doesn't do too much, though. I have a very specially bulky wo-chien here. But they did not click Leech Seed this turn, so that's good. Okay, they also didn't quite get the KO, but our wo-chien are speed tying, which means we both have no investment on them. So Yeah, I'm down to take my chances with the speed tie here. If I win, it's very favorable. Let's see. Ah, Terra Poison. They do get their Leech Seed. Ernest fully paralyzed. The funny thing is I can Leech Seed the wo-chien now, because it's not a grass type. And I think I might as well. But these seeds are staying here forever unless I switch out, and I really don't have much incentive to do that. I'll play. That does some damage. Maybe I go for another Iron Defense. I'm almost at +6 special defense, though. Let's go for that first. Why not? Gotta let the Leech Seed animations play out first. I'll Pollen Puff. This might switch. Yeah, Pollen Puff, whatever comes in. It's Salazzle. So that Pollen Puff isn't doing a whole lot. What other Pokemon did I bring? Protector on a Fake Out, and really not much value in bringing these in here. I guess I'll just Stun Spore this. Okay. Ooh, John survives. Stun Spore the Salazzle. I miss. That's some bad puck luck there. Sometimes the bounces just don't go your way. I actually do have a problem. This Salazzle is a huge threat. And I don't have... I guess I can get Mitchin and Terrastalize, and that's my way to get a Pollen Puff into Austin. Okay. I'll just Iron Defense here. I don't want a hard switch. Better, I think, to let John go down. If only the Department of Player Safety would take a look at that. Now we go Mitch. Go for that last Iron Defense, Terrafire, Pollen Puff. Toxic. I guess it's good that Austin's paralyzed then, or else that Toxic would pretty much be game over. And I think it's time to start clicking Stored Power. Let's go into Salazzle first. And I'll set a Reflect when the Grimmsnarl comes back in. Ah. Yeah, that is the one thing about this Necrozma set. It's kind of hard countered by Dark types. Well, the good news is this can't be a Dark type. Actually, it can. No, they Terrastalize the wo-chien, so it can't. This is actually a guaranteed Psychic weakness in this slot now. Protect for now. Preserve the option to click Pollen Puff. Sword Power does big damage. Let's go. I might as well try for my light screen. I'm covering for a Fake Out with the Protect on Austin, but Mitch just protected. They do go Fake Out into that slot, though. I get light screen. And not really anything for Mitch to do now except faint poison damage. I was going to say click Pollen Puff, but I guess I wasn't keeping track. Okay, Stored Power. Sacred Sword is the only damage I have into Grimmsnarl. Salazzle protecting is actually good because, well, if William here could get going, then that would be a free Sacred Sword into Grimmsnarl. Not so free after all. Crit. Crit would not have KO'd. Alright, this one's looking pretty doomed. I guess I can just forfeit as soon as I lose all damage into Dark types. Yeah, I don't even have enough PP to cheese it. Full para again. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so we're going to lose game one. But you know what they... You know what they say? Forget about it, act like it never happened, move on to the next one. One game at a time, give 110%. This doesn't look easy. They have two Dark types and a Lunala. They might have made some team building decisions that our front office wants to study, but we're just going to do what we can here. It's the playoffs. All you can do is try to win. Let's just do this. Kind of want to bring Carlton to this one. So I will. They're confused. They're taking some time to figure out how they want to approach this one. We'll see if they find the right adjustments. Hopefully not. Wouldn't want to get out-coached. There we go. Chi-Yu, Fluttermane. How do they have the cap space for both of those? Terra Water, Calm Mind, and a light screen that will probably never go. There's Snarl, okay. What does the Fluttermane do? Shadow Ball to Austin, okay. I get the light screen, but at what cost? Just double protect, get some leftovers. They'll just knock Austin out next turn, I think. Yeah, that is what they're going for. And they definitely have enough damage, right? Ooh, not quite a KO yet. I actually can go Carlton here and click that Scarf Rock Slide and cross my fingers and pray. Get a big crit. Chi-Yu's faster, it has a Scarf too, but it misses the Snarl into Carlton. Maybe the Chi-Yu doesn't need a Scarf, but it definitely has one, right? It's also going before the Fluttermane every time. So they're just faster then. That's GG. Alright, well, it's all up to John Tavares to put the team on his back. Speed Photosynthesis. Why did they switch Carodon in here? Just going for a big Flare Blitz? Oh, the Chi-Yu's choiced. That's why. Yeah. Alright, well that is a tough loss to take at home in Game 2. We are now in an 0-2 hole in the series, but just have to take it one game at a time, give it 110%, and see what we can come up with here. Shadow Rider Calyrex, that's going to be another tough one. You know, these tough matchups, they happen. We'll go with this lead again. Got to bring our restricted Pokemon. That's what we paid them the big bucks for. And this could be a Dark type. Which means what? Let's give Morgan a shot. Okay, it is a Dark type. Uh-oh. Well, just double protect around a possible fake out actually this turn. Hey, it's coaching Smeargle. Also, I forgot about Unseen Fist. Yeah, I sure am playing like the Leafs here. But coaching Smeargle, that's a new one to me. We're going to try a pivot here, make some line adjustments. Get out the old blender. Transform coaching Smeargle into its partner +1 single strike Urshifu. That is both nuts and something that I really have no answer to here. Uh-oh. That is Drain Punch too. Wild team. Uh... Yeah, okay. Well, look, sometimes it's just not your night. The puck just doesn't bounce your way. Sometimes you can't find all the answers, and the other team just puts it together a little bit better than you do. And all you can do in that situation, there's only one thing you can do in a tough spot like this. It's just, you know, take it one game at a time and give 110%. That's all there is to it. So let's go. Unleash Carlton the Bear on this team. Look at that. We're getting a lot of respect in the handshake line here. Opponents are really taking us seriously. Trying to figure out what to do when they see our talent. Person's in the last 30 seconds to prepare. Okay, we got Grimmsnarl Calyrex here. Let's go straight for that Iron Defense, and I guess I'll throw off a Leech Seed. Add the Tablets of Ruin, right? Should, you know, should establish some nice defensive utility here and help us make the heads-up plays. The full para is pretty unfortunate. It's a bad bounce right there, but we'll just give it another go here, and Jeez, is faster. Ah, the para. Let's go for Leech Seed into this, too. That was a crit Glacial Lance? That didn't do that much. But we're freezing up in big moments again, unfortunately. Just can't seem to move very well in the ice. Don't really want to bring Carlton in a Trick Room, so we'll go Mitch, I guess. Go for that Iron Defense. Just kills on with time with a Protect, and it's after that's probably Terra Mitch set Reflect. Okay, get that Iron Defense finally. We can go for another one, and yeah, go for the Reflect. Then we can think about Pollen Puff. Para, but that's +4 defense now. They have Leech Seed on their Calyrex. Why not? Another full para, because also why not? Iron Defense. Try again to get that Reflect. Last turn of Trick Room, by the way. They land a Leech Seed into Mitch. Better that than Austin. Did I get to Reflect this turn? I did, okay. Start going for Calm Mind. And let's get this Bear on the field. If they set Trick Room again, then maybe I reconsider. But nice enough the Incineroar comes in, so Carlton here doesn't get intimidated. Let's just go straight for Liquidation into Incineroar because I really need that gone. Can't have these dirty, hard-hitting villain cats coming into my building and trying to make plays. We need to get them out of here. That's a start. Knock off. Oh, that's not good. Hello, the league? Can you maybe suspend this Incineroar for that one? I'm fishing for the double protect. I don't want to take a knockoff. That's a dirty play. There's no place for that in the game. Don't get the double, but we do get rid of the Incineroar. Okay. I don't know why they let me do that. But I will, I think, look to pivot Mitch back in here because Austin is really needing those Pollen Puffs now. Yeah. Why is it Leech Seed Ice Rider? I know that's a thing, but kind of a new one to me. Fully paralyzed again. Definitely going to need that Pollen Puff. This is why Mitch is here, to make plays, get those big assists. Just like you just saw. Here comes another one. Yep, there it is. Get that man a contract. Spirit Break is a little bit worrisome, though. Can't be having our spirits broken in a tough series like this. But we're keeping our minds calm. We're not being fazed by the Leech Seed. We're going to engage in some reflection here. And trusting this all going to work out. Okay, maybe a little bit too much reflection and not enough gameplay there. Well, nothing to do but run it back and try again. That's the wrong move. There we go. Okay, yeah, really gonna need Mitch to wake up here. Can't be falling asleep on the job. They just can't handle the pressure, you know? It's like they just crumble. They can't. It's like they can't even move as soon as their backs are against the wall. I don't know what you do with that, but it's pretty frustrating to witness. Just practically standing still out there on the ice. Carlton the Bear is showing more fight than some of these guys. Even then, there's only so much he can do. Turtling. Afraid to face our guy's head up. He's playing that trappy defensive game. Can't respect it. But looks like Mitch has just run out of gas here. He better go rest up on the golf course, be ready for next season, because I think we are unfortunately going to somehow fall short this time. Who's to say what happened, really? There'll be time enough to answer questions about that, but right now, we're going to have to take a moment to recharge, be ready to bounce back next year. I hear you asking, whether we really can win with this core, and the answer to that is we can and we will. So come back next year for the Leafs once again.